updated for KOZ versus 3G. Again, GG's to ATF and Team Pew Pew. Well played on both ends. Looks like Devil's back, jumping into the ban phase here.
Alright, we've got the RM ban to start things off on blue, and an RE ban on red. A little bit surprising. Leaves some things on the table almost automatically. A Valheim ban showing for blue and locked in. And a Maylock ban. So Yebneth not banned, Ignis not banned. There's a Marja ban, so one of those two is absolutely going to be available to blue side. Both are going to be available to blue side, which I guess is actually the best choice at that point, because then one falls to you. Yebneth instantly locked in. Still surprised he got through. If they don't pick up the Ignis here, I will be surprised. There's the Mina and a Finnick. Maybe? Slims. Alright, so I would assume we'll see Ignis picked up here, but maybe we just won't see Ignis at all. Maybe. Maybe. Chognar, and is it going to be Roxy? It is Roxy. So Ignis still on the table. Mina, very strong pick. What? Sorry, that was... I would usually try not to have such an audible response, but if they really go Baldum Arduin, I will... I guess it looks like a full-on protect the carry comp. Their mage is all they have left to pick. There's the Ignis falling so far in this draft that I literally cannot believe it. And a Wisp, who is actually, in my opinion, a very fun jungler. You've seen it used. ALG rolled it, I think, 2 weeks ago. I like it. It's kind of fun. Definitely not as traditional of a jungle pick, but and there's the Liliana. Is it going to be? I would have expected more of...
Locked in.
Maybe a Jannar there, but... yeah, so Baldum Arduin. That's... Baldum Arduin, Mina, Slims, Liliana. That's... It's got to be a protect the carry type composition. I believe in Baldum. I like Baldum personally, but it's a rare sight. A rare sight indeed. Whereas Yebneth, Chognar, Roxy, Ignis, and even Wisp with the changes is just kind of a powerhouse team. They definitely will not be lacking in damage or control. I really like KOZ's draft by comparison, but we will see how it plays out.
Once again, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you are enjoying your stay. Once again, joining me tonight has been Doki from Trash Time.
The Barrio skin feels good. Royal Guard.
Helping me out with the casting. Doing most of the casting. I'm just here to be a pretty face.
I enjoy it.
Welcome to Arena of Valor.
Alright.
Minions will be deployed.
Alright, here we go. So,
Prepare to engage.
pushing down mid. Looks like we're gonna have more of an engage.
Nice little
Alright,
3v3.
Casual and V-Rider getting immediately chunked. Wisp makes it out. That was a failed invade. But they're still going for it. They haven't given up, even with Wisp falling. Some serious damage coming down by way of Ignis, who has joined in, and possibly 2 quick kills going the way of KOZ. Mina will fall, yes. And you have to believe that they're going to come out of that with the blue buff as well. Devil coming back in with the Chognar. Slim's trying to engage, and Slim's falls as well. That was not a good decision. Liliana comes over now. They're kind of marching one by one. Possibly a 4th quick kill coming. Yep, there it is. Wow. That's about all you can say about the start of this game.
Moving quick from the get-go.
KOZ jumping up to a 1k gold lead in the first minute and a half. 4 kills to 1. I missed the 1 kill that came. Looks like Roxy lost into Arduin. I was so fixated that I didn't even notice it happening. Alright, so Roxy down a level, just caught back up to the Arduin. In mid, Ignis doing a pretty good job of bullying the Liliana. Nemesis trying to get jungle, but being pressured by Ignis. Ignis's early game now is just ferocious. Devil and Ryder coming over to push the Arduin back in. Roxy still not looking that great early into this Arduin. Back in mid, Baldum comes in, flips the Ignis over, but isn't able to finish the job, and that's going to cost him his life. And Ignis back up to half health that quickly. They seemingly have a chance here to catch the Mina, but instead they turn their focus to the Liliana, who falls again as well. And Arduin rotates over to mid to try and help out. And Slim's here as well. Neither one in great shape. Slims takes that fireball to the face. And the Abyssal Dragon falls quickly to Wisp and Ko. And just a very fast-paced, very aggressive game out of KOZ so far.
It's working in their favor. Up 2.5k now.
It's just the draft was
You think it was
pretty
over in the draft?
I haven't seen Yibneth or Ignis not banned.
Welcome to the business.
Or definitely not both not banned, and then to have been able to pick up Ignis that late, which let them secure some of the other picks they really wanted. Yeah, this is kind of within expectation. Devil being super aggressive on the backside of tower does get out of it alive and is able to really set that up. Wisp able to safely drop ult from afar, get the quick kill. Arduin trying to escape. Lily covering tower. Back in mid, you're seeing that Baldum into Yibneth is not favorable at all for the Baldum. He does manage to use his ult to escape, but with the long cooldown on the ult, he's not going to be extremely useful in the team fight for a little while, at least in regards to that ability.
Jack, thanks
Wisp
for the
taking the Spirit Sentinel basically in the face of 2 from 3G.
Welcome to the
And
business.
potentially we're going to see the Roxy fall here, as Arduin is doing his very best to make anything happen. 2 kills, both on Arduin so far. I guess we'll call him the player to watch for the moment for red. Yeah, Yibneth made it
Welcome
through the
to the
ban phase and was
business.
the first pick for blue side, and Ignis was the 4th pick for blue side. For those of you who missed the draft. Alright, Arduin still doing his very best to zone out, to take wave, but it's not a good look. He's probably about to fall. There he goes. And a big fight around Abyssal happening right now. But even though you only really see 3G there, Wisp able to come in late, they come in and they clean him up. And that's It's really hard. We're 5 minutes in, 5.5 minutes in. You've got a 5k gold differential, 11 to 2. Even the numbers weren't really enough there. Yebneth is just so strong. So strong. And he showed why he's commonly banned, I think, throughout this match so far. Ignis as well, just doing work. Mid tower falls. Arduin still keeping top tower somewhat alive, but not looking to be in great shape. Now down a level on Roxy. Slim's trying to farm up level 7 though, compared to the level 10 Wisp. It's a long road back, and they're a little bit all over the place right now. Slim's still farming, basically out alone. Arduin comes back and does survive narrowly. Dives back in. Slims comes up the side. Ignis not looking like he's going to get the kill on either of them there, but the rest of the team engages. Baldum misses the ult. Arduin goes down to the Wisp ult, and high ground tower going to fall here on bot side, possibly mid high ground tower as well. Regi just
a slow, unstoppable force moving forward the entire match.
No real answers. Liliana about to get melted. Slim's trying to poke, but we could see an end here.
The overall damage coming out of KOZ was just too much for 3G to deal with. Like you said, they were
surprisingly, Wisp.
Wow.
Maybe with a bit of a misplay there, they get out. I genuinely thought that game would end, but they live to fight at least one more fight. Kills are now 15 to 4. Gold is an astronomical 7.7k difference.
Rectangle, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the business.
Props to Arduin, who is doing what he can. Has been part of all the fights. Pretty good positioning. You never know. If they could focus, they could get it together. Anything could happen, but I'm gonna expect a pretty strong rally from KOZ, and I think that this will be a case of look into what you can change for game 2 and come out with a stronger beginning. We've got the engage going. One member falls. That was the Mina. They're just slowly chasing them down. There goes the Arduin. And Devil pushing in with Chognar. They're just forced to run. Got Wave coming up behind them. Slim's out alone. A stun on Devil Heroes, but Devil Heroes is not necessarily who you want to be stunning there. Liliana tries to re-engage, gets completely melted by Ignis, damages in, and the tower should fall here because there was nothing to stop Wisp.
A much faster first game in this series than the last.
So,
just
speaking,
under 9 minutes.
The voice of experience here. We've played into KOZ, we've scrimmed KOZ, and we've been on the receiving end of these the sub 8, sub 9, sub 10 minute losses, and it can be extremely demoralizing. So I feel for 3G, but I also think that immediately they'll be able to improve just in the ban phase. I think the next game, as long as they're able to look at this and say, hey, let's not let these priority heroes through the same way, that we could see a completely different game. The draft was so incredibly one-sided. It's so hard. It's so hard to go into that. That's a rough comp. It's a really good team to let those kind of heroes slide to. So we'll see what game 2 is like. I hope that they're able to make the adjustments and come out stronger. There were some good moments. Again, I was really impressed with the Arduin, and the Baldum had a couple of good ults, but Baldum is a rough choice. Yeah, we'll see. Game 2, here we go.
Yep, that's about all you can say about that one. Hopefully 3G takes it as a learning experience and comes into this match a little stronger for it.
That's definitely the way you have to come into it. you got to look at it, and you'll be able to look back on the video and see what KOZ was doing and see how tight their rotations were. And there's a lot to be learned, even in a beating, especially a beating that you can revisit. Or at least that's what we tell ourselves when we take beatings. So.
No, definitely. I think that the best way to learn anything really is to play against a team, take the loss, and then take that loss and learn from it. Let's see, it looks like...
I accidentally left the lobby. And I'm back. Whew. I'm so used to being able to go back from like the queue screens now that I've spoiled myself.
I got you.
Because you cannot do that from a custom match, and I just keep forgetting. Just set the phone down.
Alright, jumping into game 2's ban phase here. 3G on the blue side, KOZ on the red.
So on the blue side, they're not under as much pressure to make some of the same bans. There's a Chognar ban. That's in and of itself usually a pretty good ban. It's going to depend what they do around that. If they build a control-based comp that Chognar could have really countered. You see an Arum ban out of red side. That's another really common ban right now. It kind of... You can have one. You can have Yibneth or you can have Ignis. In a sense, because if they don't ban both of them, one's going to slide through. So we're looking at another ban here where unless blue bans one of them and red bans the other, one is definitely getting through. At this point, if you're red, you're probably trying to let both through. But if they ban out Yibneth for them, red will be able to ban out the Ignis, and that would be what I expect. But maybe not. We'll know within 11 seconds. Marja. So, first pick Ignis would be the guess. If they let it through a second time, I will be surprised. Okay. Well,
maybe they feel they can deal with it now that they've seen it once.
That's a predictable Ignis pick from red side afterwards. And will they follow it up with a Maylock? They will. Alright. Well, Gilder, and are they really... They've shown the Finnick in both games now. Is this the game where they decide to roll it? It is. Okay. Finnick Grak.
So far, a new team for 3G. Mixing things up.
So with the Chognar band out and you not grabbing the Mina has no real good counter, so that's going to be kind of dangerous. There's the Arduin again. That must be a pick that they're really comfortable with. And Kali. Is that going to be... Looks like it. So they have a bit more of a rangy comp this time. Arduin can poke. Grak can pull in. Finnick has some decent zoning. And on the other side, if they really play this Omega, well, I don't even know. Okay.
They're going for it.
The question will then become, is that going to be, let's see, probably a Slayer lane Omega? No, they're going to jungle Omega. Okay. Well, okay.
They have one game to give.
So I will
comes down to it.
Share a life experience I've had scrimming KOZ. They decided that we weren't really good enough to scrim seriously against, and proceeded to beat us down with an all marksman team and all this team and all that team. So I've seen them completely destroy me with anything and everything, but Omega in the jungle, huh? All right. Well,
we're about to see how it goes. Just a
Yep.
minute.
And it's real. So, alright, we'll see Xennial, DS lane. Finnick is their jungle. Roam, Grak. And Arduin, I guess, will be the Abyssal lane this time around. Devil running the Mina. Zuka. They've got a lot of damage again. A lot of really strong engage. You've got Sly on that Ignis 2 games in a row. The only question mark here is the Omega jungle, but we'll just have to see what happens. Omega was the second hero I bought because I love robots.
Arena of Valor.
And then I
fun
quick-
fact.
Minions will be
Yep.
deployed in 5 seconds.
Okay, so we have a widespread kind of, doesn't look like maybe an invade coming towards blue. Looks like for 3G trying to invade blue. Maylock there to defend, while KOZ is invading on blue as well, but with no one there who even knows, I believe, though Zuka may have just revealed himself. So Omega getting the quick take of the enemy blue while a team fight breaks out. Maybe a quick kill here going to 3G, but instead it looks like they just stole blue and got out. However, it cost them the life of their jungler, and Omega was able to clean out a little bit more. So from an invade perspective, they won the invade, KOZ that is. And Omega jungle is ready for takeoff.
He's making his rounds.
Zuka with pretty good pressure. Grak hanging out for reasons unknown. Probably could have taken a step back and backed a little sooner. Maybe was afraid of getting murdered by the Zuka during the back, but the positioning didn't really change, so I'm not sure there. Zuka up top pushing out wave into Xennial. Xennial's going to have that ability to sit in that lane and really split push, which could change how the game plays out, but looks like he's about to be having a bad day. Devil gets seen by the Grak. We get a full engage from both sides with the 4 that are there, and a really, really nice set of 4 kills probably at this point. I can't... Yep, 4 kills over to KOZ. And Rome Omega with 4 assists. Or Jungle Omega.
KOZ is just moving around the map as a unit. Again.
Yep, top tower gonna fall pretty quickly here. And Arduin having to rotating up at that point is gonna allow Maylock to just push in and do whatever he wants in bot for a little bit. He won't choose to push in with that wave. Instead, he's gonna roam up for the fight. In that meantime, Arduin does fall. And the skirmish has Devil low, Sly looking a little low. Mina does go down there to a pretty strong play from the Finnick. And they're rotating as a 4, but while they've done that, wave has hit top, so somebody's going to have to kind of move over there, or we'll just kind of let the minions chunk it. There's the late response to that. Omega back to jungling, and Maylock now choosing to farm up a bit, not necessarily needing to be anywhere else right now, and I haven't seen anyone come down into that bot for a little while, so free farm for casual. Back in mid, Devil and Sly meeting up with Maylock, possibly about to take the first dragon of the game. And looks like we're going to get a pretty big team fight off the back of it, which is going to allow Zuka to push in to that next top tower. There goes Omega with a kill onto the Arduin. It looks like they will quickly finish the dragon before it resets, and the tower should fall here. Zuka looking pretty good. Not really a chance to counter engage for 3G. Finnick and Grak trapped under tower as Omega and Ignis go back to mid. Ignis pushing in wave while Omega picks up his jungle. Zuka slides out, and KOZ rotating strongly once again. There goes a bird to casual. Kali running a little bit. Seems to have gotten chunked. And that's going to allow Zuka to come in and take this blue. Finnick possibly rotating over, notices in time. Not going to contest it though, going to choose to take the 2 small minions instead. Zuka gets the blue and gets out with 4 3G in pursuit. And the 5th member of 3G, Arduin, hanging out at bot trying to contest his tower, test his minion wave into the face of a 1 level higher Maylock. Looks like most of the rest of the members have joined up, and we've got positioning for a 4-on-4 with Zuka breaking off a little bit, maybe going for the split push again, or just trying to come into the backside of this team fight and blow up the squishier targets. Grak goes down to Ignis, Zinio goes down, and it does look like they were able to kill the jungle Omega though, so they did not leave that completely empty-handed. A poor decision to re-engage there by Arduin. He does escape with his life, and they aren't quite able to take that mid tower. Zuka's presence and threat there kind of keeping them from stepping out any further for the time being, and Omega is back up, all teams at full strength. Fighting continuing on under tower. Grak with a pretty strong ult there. Zinio comes in, and 2 quick kills picked up for 3G. Still looking much better this game than last.
Definitely, and I think KOZ just overstayed there in the mid lane. They were all 3 below half health there, and I think they thought they still had the full strength from their last match in this game.
Absolutely.
Not quite there yet.
Strong engage by Maylock coming in. Will the dragon get stolen? Dragon goes down. Zinio was able to secure it. Zinio goes down in the exchange. Grak low. Grak possibly going to die on the backside. Arduin did fall to Zuka. Omega comes in. Omega picks up the kill on the Grak at last. 4 members of 3G fall for that dragon. 1 member of KOZ does fall. It appears that the Zuka did get caught, but then they turned it into 5 kills. 5 kills for 1 kill, 5 kills in a dragon for 1 kill. That's a painful trade.
A blue team tower has been destroyed.
Pushing down mid, that tower will fall pretty quickly.
Blue team tower has been
And both teams back to full strength. Callie coming up the backside. A good pull on the Maylock, but unfortunately the Maylock is not the best target. But again, they're able to get an engage under tower where they get a couple of quick kills, 3 quick kills, and some sloppy play from KOZ, letting them see hope. But it's going to be tricky, even for the one-on-one there, for Ignis to not win between the speed buff and the healing. So Arduin eventually stops giving chase as he reunites with his mid tower. They work to clear bottom lane. And Zuka is once again stealing a little bit of jungle. Does manage to steal that blue right from out from under Zinnial, who either did not have punish up or didn't think to use it, depending on which. Looks like it was not up. And we have a 4-on-4 brewing bot. A 3-on-4 at the moment, but the 3-on-4 is still currently creating strong enough pressure to push 3G back. Casual comes in late with the Maylock ult and is able to clean up the escaping team. Omega comes in the second late wave, and there's another team wipe with minions really close in mid. 20 seconds, could be game.
I think this game was a lot of smaller mistakes made by 3G that kind of just added up, kept compounding, and KOZ just punishes repeatedly. And again, a 9-minute win. KOZ, good game to both teams, good matches all around.
Yep, in that there's again a lot you can learn there. The tightness of the rotations, the team comps, the not letting Ignis through the draft. Just some things there that are pretty clear as day. But at the same time, they played better that game. KOZ maybe got a little bit overzealous, but they made them pay. They got out of that with more kills. They looked better. Finnick was in 100% of the fights. Actually, did some damage. They got some work out of their jungle. So there were things there, and as that team that is not on the winning end of that, you got to look for the positives and say, hey, I can build on this. So all in all, a strong showing from KOZ, a good bounce back. They, I believe, took an L last week in a hard fought best of 3. My memory is not the greatest, though. Maybe that's not true. But really strong bounce back performance by them. It's still weird to me seeing Devil on Rome, but it's working for them, so that's pretty cool.